Okay. So let me show you guys um, some expression sheets that I just recently finished not too long ago. Let me see if I can find it. So if you guys are familiar, if you're not, I'll just tell you again. I have a book on webtoons called Brothers Bond, and so in the process of developing the comic, I treated it as um, um, development for an animation. So I literally took it through a bunch of the pre-prep stages where I was designing the character, and then from designing part of the design phase, I had to create a lot of character turns. So I actually hired another artist who is really good at doing this, and I'll show you guys some of his art. I'll try to dig it up. Wow. So give me about a minute or so. Let me see if I can find this thing for you guys. Um, it's the white panel board game characters. Should be in here. So I'll show you guys this one real quick. So this was one of the sheets that was done just to kind of get a sample of just so we can get an idea of what the character is going to look like, what they're, So I was actually doing some tests over here on this side. I was doing some clean line art. Um, these expressions here in the middle, right here. This was well, pretty much all of this right here. This was done by a really good artist. He lives in the Philippines. He's a really good artist. And hold on, let me show you guys some more stuff. These are some of the character turns. I'll actually show this one to you guys right here. So this is some of the character turns what I was doing when I was first developing the characters, trying to come up with different ideas. Here's another one here. This was the bad guy when I was first developing him. Tengu, he's one of the demon guys. Okay, so I'm gonna get on. Here's one right here that I did. I was coming up with like different head turns. Now these are, I wasn't really trying to stress expression. I just wanted to get a sense of what his head would look like at different angles. Um, you know, and I still need to massage this a little bit more, but this is all internal for me. I'm not sharing this with anyone. So for me, this is fine. This is good enough because I'll know what to do when it's time to massage it. Um, this is another thing I was working on when I was trying to develop the the just I was trying to block out the characters, get a sense of the scale of their body, the way they would fit on screen. Um, just so people can get a sense. So if anything, this is stuff like this. This is what you would turn in if you had like an art director and they wanted something. They want you to help with development of the character in like specific phases. Something I guess you would turn into to the art director, and then he would share it with the rest of the team, and you can go from there. Now you would do something like this for animation. You can do stuff like this for video games. You can do stuff like this for movie concepting. Stuff like that. So you can easily juggle this piece around for different um, different parts of the industry, different studios. Okay, so this here, and this is something else. So I'll give you guys a quick, well, this way, at the very end, I'll jump on and I will show you guys a couple more things. So for now, I'm just gonna um, quit doing all this show and tell and just kind of jump into it. So no, don't save. Yes, I'm going to do a really quick tutorial right now, and then from here, we jump right into. See, this is my tutorial. I'm done. Everything's over. Class over. Okay, so expressions. What I like to do, what I like to see for expressions is if you guys just Google, just go in Google and just Google expression sheets. Let's see what pops up. Let's see if I can show this to you guys. Yep. So just Google expression sheets and pretty much, you'll get something like this, where you have just a stream of, you know, different type of samples and stuff like that. You guys can, anyone can do this. Anyone can just, search, of course, because it's Google. I don't have any restrictions on that. But this way you'll easily find some really cool stuff like this, where you can see how different artists have gone around and they've done just different expressions of certain characters. And this is a good way of just looking at it. See, this guy went pretty rough, or it could be a girl. I don't know. I don't want to be biased. So there's a lot of artists out there doing a lot of really cool stuff. That's a really cool one. I like that one. I didn't even have a. Oh, I thought it was a phone number. My bad. Ooh, that's kind of gritty. But yeah. So, all right, let's go with this. So, as far as um, traditional comics with with the gritty look versus the more softer cartoony shapes. When you go on the cartoony side, you have more flexibility to to show more expressions. Um, and it sort of depends on the artist. Sometimes you find an artist who's drawing something and they're really good at just bringing out specific expressions. And even though it doesn't matter what character it is, they're really good at doing this. But some people, but some characters, they don't typically lend to expressions too much. You can't really, like, if you're drawing Batman, you wouldn't show an expression like if you were going drawing for a traditional comic versus if you're working on some Batman animated film or something, you wouldn't have the same expressions. There's going to be something different between them. So let's say you were doing like, say you're doing like some kind of crazy animated Batman, right? So you're doing it like this. You're like, oh, this is Batman animated, and he's doing something like this. Maybe his brows like this, right? You would have a lot more flexibility to push this if you were doing, you want to draw him with like, hey, some big crazy looking eyes, like, whoa, he's like surprised. You would even maybe change his brow a little bit. Um, this is really rough, but it just gives you a sense of things, and you could possibly even play with bending his ears back a little bit, and like, this is the Batman animated type of weird expression type of thing he's doing. And this is where you kind of have fun with it. So you can just play around with this. So you can shoot, you can do something like that, or maybe you could go ahead and express him a little bit more. So, you get he's really, really angry. I like making noises too. I don't know if you guys. I guess that's my what do you call it, Hannah? That's my mark. Like, Batman. Maybe you can even have fun and play around with his ears a little bit. Like, he's just really angry. Give him like some crazy looking teeth.
Oh, I didn't know that's here. You can't go to sleep.
Couldn't go to sleep.
So enjoying a late night with Barbie.
Yeah. Hey, Adriana, thanks for showing up. Like looks like he's like laughing or something. So this would be more like an animated expression type of thing. Okay, let's say you were doing um, something a little bit more serious. Um, so you have like a Batman type of. Okay, let's say you were drawing. This is just rough. So let's say you were doing something like that, and you'd want to do something more. Um, you want to express him a little bit more. Maybe you want to push his head back a little bit, kind of like you'd say he's surprised or something. Surprised that the Joker just Joker did something funny to him. So he's like, but I wouldn't really, I mean, this is Batman, so you would have less, um, a little bit less to play with. Why am I messing up on that eye? It doesn't make sense. So you want to pull his head back a little, maybe show a little nostril somewhere around here. Batman would probably be somewhere around here. Like, oh snap! He's like, oh snap, Robin! Holy barnacles, Batman! Yeah, somewhere around here. Let's say Batman's kind of like expressing something. I don't get a nose. The nose don't look right. So, play around it a little bit more.
Esther Cardi is watching the stream while driving up to Disney.
Uh-oh. Don't crash your car. I hope someone else is driving. I don't want to be responsible for this, for anything that happens.
You were just in Disneyland.
Yeah, I was just there. Me and Hannah, we were just there recently,
with her daughter.
a couple days ago. So, yeah, something, like that. So Batman would have like some crazy, Or he's shocked. He's like, I am shocked. I am shocked and chagrined, Robin. You hurt my feelings. And let's say you do so something like that, or maybe you might want to just maybe turn his head a little bit. I'm just gonna lower this so you can get a sense of things. I want to turn his head. Maybe he saw poison ivy, and he's like, it's like, wait a minute, was that poison ivy? Got to make sure. Oh, no, Batman's voice is more like, was that poison ivy? There was poison ivy. I smell poison. I like making noises. I like acting out my characters when I'm drawing them because it kind of and that's another thing too. Batman doesn't really change his expression too much unless he's like, maybe something like this. Maybe why am I getting this little? Do we have mosquitoes in here? A little mosquito that's buzzing. Window open. Is there mosquitoes in California? I've never seen them. But you get a sense of it. So you can want to play around him. Maybe you want to make him a little bit more with his eyes like this. He's like, eh.
Fiance is driving.
Oh, his fiance is driving. Okay, good. So you can watch. Stop. Who's this thing bugging me?
Wildstorm says the face of Batman getting a presidential alert on the bat phone.
Yeah. He's like, what was that?
Tooth says Batman talks like he has 10 pounds of gravel in his throat.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to give Batman this little whatever this little pocket down here thing is. I don't know. This thing is almost
Why
kind
I ask, can you show facial expressions on like a no mask character like Superman? Or
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
lips are so confusing.
Lips. Okay, so how would you do lips? For guys, you tend to want to just kind of draw something like this. You don't want to do too much. You could just get away with just like that line and that. That's it. That's all you can do for lips. You want to open his mouth up a little bit. You can open it up like this. Show some teeth. Just go ahead and just show some teeth. Another thing about teeth, don't ever. You don't have to draw um, every single tooth. Don't do that. This looks too it looks too forced. And then especially, let's say um, your this thing goes to print, it looks great like that, and then when it prints, it goes to a little tiny little thing like this, and then next thing you know, it's like it gets muddy because once it prints, it starts getting darker like this, and then it can get muddy. So I wouldn't do that. So just try to stay away from that as much as possible. What I would do is just draw a little bit. I would like the teeth in the front. Just keep it simple. But as it's going back, let's say let's just do this. Let's draw the whole tooth out, right? So you're drawing whatever. My teeth are crooked. Whatever. So it's 1, 2, and then yeah. So I got it right. So this is the incisors, right? That's what it's called. And we're gonna go towards the ones in the back. Even on teeth, I make noise. let's say this is the teeth. What you want to do when you're drawing teeth, that's how you want to think of it. So you're drawing someone's mouth. This, you're like, okay, this is a person's mouth, right? And it's opened up slightly, and you get to see a little bit of teeth. Just go ahead and just keep the front area clean, and then you can start adding details on the ones in the back. Just kind of indicate. You don't have to show every single thing. Just that's all you need. Why? Because the color is going to fill in the rest of the blank. You don't need to add anything else to it. Just keep it simple, like that, like that. Just keep it simple. And then yeah, if you want to, you can add a top part of the lip. And the reason, and this is what I'm doing, I'm only going to hit like major parts where there's a crease, something like that. You don't have to draw the whole lip out. You don't have to. It just kind of kills it. So what I like to do is just kind of draw this part, and then maybe draw a couple lines over here on the side, maybe some more over here, and that's it. And then from there, if there's anything else, you can go ahead and just add more here and there just to kind of enhance, you know, the feel a little bit. That's pretty much it. Okay, so just kind of keep it simple. You don't have to draw everything. You don't have to kill yourself over this. Just keep it simple. If you have a crease, go ahead. If it's an old guy, if there's, you know, cracks on those lips or whatever, go for it. Do it. But you want to keep it simple. Let's say he has a giant scar, or because of he's battle worn, and he has like a little bit of stubble on his beard. Yeah, everything's good. Maybe, man, you guys got me going. This is supposed to be short, and I'm having fun. I don't want to. I don't feel like coloring. Like I don't want to color. I just want to keep penciling. I'm a penciler at heart. Rah. Okay, so yeah,
Do you ever use a mirror for expression?
yes, yes.
Super John Boy says make him missing a tooth.
Okay, which one? Maybe you're like a missing tooth right here. Okay, it's one tooth. Yeah, so this tooth right here will be missing. Stop. What is it with that? What's wrong with this? Ah. He's missing a tooth. Someone punched his tooth out. And you could, if you want to, just go ahead and go a bottom, tiny bottom row. Keep it simple. Don't kill it. And then when you're done, you give that to your inker, and then your inker goes to town on it. Now you see how I'm drawing the beard. Um, I'm not trying to draw every single little strand and keep it perfect. Just go. Don't keep it in that rough, sketchy mode. Um, and if you have to layer it, if you have to, and to enforce it, you can, crisscross some lines across like that, just to kind of reinforce something. Like you want to reinforce the facial structure, go for it. You know. So I'm just having fun with this. Stay messy. I like to tell people to stay messy. So stay somewhere in there. Yeah. So so yeah. So that's basically what I had to do with that. And I just had some fun.
Great.
Ooh. All right. So I think I'm gonna jump on the other piece. Corey.